So, you think you're a good law-abiding citizen, right? You don't steal, you don't cheat, you even try to get your taxes in on time. You're just living your life, minding your own business, and assuming you're totally on the right side of the law. But what if I told you that's dangerously bold as an assumption? What if right now, as you're watching this, you could be breaking a law that has actual serious jail time attached to it? I mean, what if I told you that flying a kite from your roof or finding a 10 rupee note on the street and deciding to keep it could technically, under some very specific and bizarre rules, get you arrested? It sounds completely insane, but India's law books are a wild maze, jam-packed with outdated, bizarre, and shockingly powerful laws you've probably never even heard of. A lot of these are ghosts from another era, but they're still on the books, and they carry penalties that can flip your entire world upside down in a heartbeat. Today we're counting down 7 of these mind-blowing laws you might be breaking without having a clue. And these aren't just quirky old rules, they're active laws that have been used to lock people up. So stick with us, because what you don't know can absolutely hurt you. Section 1, the social media forward that could ruin your life. Kicking things off at number 7 is a law that has become terrifyingly relevant in our age of smartphones and constantly scrolling. It's called promoting enmity between different groups. And you can find it in section 153A of the Indian Penal Code. So what's it all about? In simple terms, if you say write or even just share something that pumps up hatred or bad vibes between groups or different groups based on religion, race, language, or community, you could be in a massive, troublesome place. And the penalty isn't a little slap on the wrist. We're talking up to 3 years in prison and a fine. You're probably thinking, poof, I'd never do that. But here's the scary part. In the world of WhatsApp, Facebook, and X, how many times have you seen a controversial message, a spicy meme, or a wild video? How often have you hit forward without even thinking? The law is written so broadly that even carelessly sharing a message that was designed to stir up trouble could get you tangled in a criminal investigation. Recent court cases show that people are absolutely getting prosecuted for their social media game under this exact section. While the Supreme Court has said there needs to be proof you intended to cause trouble, the initial arrest and legal headache can be a total nightmare. Imagine trying to prove your innocent intent in court, all because of a single click. This law is a huge wake-up call. Think before you share. That forward isn't just data, it could be Exhibit A. Section 2. The argument that becomes a crime. At number 6, we've got a law that makes a crime out of something most of us have probably done: blocking someone's way during a fight. Say hello to section 339 and 341. Yeah, these sections of the Indian Penal Code, wrongful restraint. Wrongful restraint is when you voluntarily block someone to stop them from going in a direction that they have every right to go. Let's make it clear, you're in a heated argument with a friend, they try to walk out to cool off, but you stand in the doorway and say, "No, we are finishing this conversation now." Well, congratulations, you might just have committed a criminal offense. The punishment can be a month in jail, a fine, or both. And it gets way more serious with wrongful confinement. Under section 342, if you take it a step further and lock that person in a room, and even for a few minutes, you've wrongfully confined them. This is a much bigger deal, with punishments that can go up to a year in jail. The law doesn't care if it's your house or even if you didn't mean any real harm. Just the way this act is. Yeah, just the act of taking away someone's freedom to move is the crime itself. It's a wild example of how fast a personal fight can blow up into a criminal case. Section 3. The everyday mistake with dire consequences. For our 5th spot, let's talk about a law that covers everything from a clumsy moment on the road to a prank that goes horribly wrong. It's sections 336 and 338 of the IPC, which deal with rash or negligent acts endangering human life. This category is unbelievably broad. Section 336 says that anyone who does something so rash or careless that it endangers human life or the safety of others can be jailed for up to 3 months. Did you catch that word? Endanger. You don't actually have to hurt anyone, just the potential for harm is enough. Think about it. That time you drove a little too fast down a neighborhood street? That could fit. Setting off firecrackers without being super careful? Yep, that too. Even a harmless prank? If it puts someone in danger, you could be charged under this section. And it gets worse if your carelessness actually hurts someone. If your rash act causes a simple injury, the jail time jumps to 6 months under section 337. If it causes grievous hurt, like a permanent injury, you could be facing 2 years in prison under section 338. This law proves the system doesn't just punish what you do on purpose, it punishes stupidity. A single moment of bad judgment can be seen as criminal negligence with life-changing results. Section 4. Harming an animal could land you in serious trouble. Number 4 on our list is a law that every animal lover should know, but most people have no idea how serious it is. We're talking about mischief by killing or maiming animals, covered under sections 428 and 429 of the Indian Penal Code. A lot of people think about animal cruelty, and they think that animal cruelty is a minor thing. Maybe you get a small fine, but these sections of the IPC treat it like a major crime. Section 428 makes it illegal to kill, poison, maim, or make any animal useless if it's worth 10 rupees or more. The punishment? Up to 2 years in jail. But Section 429 is a real shocker. It applies to more valuable animals, specifically calling out cattle, camels, horses, elephants, and bulls. If you kill or maim these animals, the punishment can be a prison sentence of up to 5 years. What's really surprising is that this protection isn't just for pets, it can apply to stray animals and livestock too. An act of cruelty toward a stray dog or a community cow, if it fits the legal definition, could land you in serious criminal cases. This law sends a clear message. Hurting animals isn't just morally wrong, it's a criminal act with consequences way more severe than most people think. Before we jump into our top 3, which are some of the most controversial and genuinely frightening laws on the books, I've got a question for you. Do you know any other weird or outdated laws in India that can still get you in trouble? Drop them in the comments below. I'd be fascinated to read what you've got. And hey, if this video is blowing your mind, do us a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe for more content that keeps you smart and safe. Section 5. The crime of changing your mind or falling in love. And now for number 3, a legal issue that has become one of the hottest debates in modern India, anti-conversion laws. This one isn't one single law, but a bunch of state-level acts in at least a dozen states, like Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and as of early 2025, Rajasthan. On paper, they claim to stop religious conversion done by force, fraud, or trickery, but in reality, how they're being used is shocking. These laws are often aimed at interfaith couples. Picture this. A Hindu man and a Muslim woman fall in love and get married. Under these laws, if one of them converts for the marriage, the partner from the minority community can be accused of forcing the conversion. And often, the burden of proof is flipped, meaning the accused has to prove they're innocent. What's really wild is that anyone, a TikTok family member or a total stranger, can file a complaint, and the policeman can make an arrest. The penalties are intense, with maximum sentences in most states ranging from 3 to 10 years in jail. And to show how extreme it can get, the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh has publicly stated an intention to amend their law to introduce their death penalty for certain cases, though it is still a proposal as of July 2025. These laws show how your personal choices about love and faith can get you trapped in a legal nightmare. Section 6. The Ghost of Sedition. At number 2 is a law so infamous it was used by the colonial rulers and has been a pain for free speech for over 150 years. I'm talking about sedition. For decades, this was Section 124A of the IPC, making it a crime to say or do anything that brought hatred or contempt against the government. The punishment? Up to life in prison. But here's the crucial update. As of July 2025, Section 124A is officially gone, replaced by a new law. Section 152 is the new criminal code, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So sedition is dead, right? Well, not quite. Legal experts and activists are sounding the alarm because the new Section 152, while it drops the word sedition, criminalizes acts that endanger the severity, unity, and integrity of India. Critics argue this new language is just vague and could be twisted to target the exact same people: journalists, activists, students, and anyone who criticizes the government. Even though the old law was put on hold by the Supreme Court in 2022 because it was being misused like crazy, its ghost is alive and well in this new version. It just goes to show that even though you kill off a notorious law, its spirit can come back to haunt new legislation, still threatening one of the most important parts of democracy, the right to speak out. Section 7. The law that can label you a terrorist without a trial. And finally, at number 1, we have what is arguably the most hardcore and feared law in the country, the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, or UAPA. This is India's main anti-terror law, and it gives the government insane powers. What makes the UAPA so terrifying are its super broad and vague definitions of unlawful activity and terrorist act. These can be stretched to include things that are just part of peaceful protests, but the most shocking part came from a 2019 amendment, which gave the central government the power to name an individual as a terrorist without them ever being convicted or even formally charged in a court. Let that sink in for a second. Just being on a government list can brand you a terrorist. On top of that, getting bail under the UAPA is almost impossible. The law says bail can be denied if a court thinks the accusation is true on the face of it, based only on the police's files. The result? People get arrested and can sit in jail for years, waiting for a trial that might never even finish. Data has shown that the vast majority of people arrested under UAPA are never convicted between 2016 and 2020. A staggering 97.5% of people arrested under the Act were stuck in prison awaiting trial. This law is used against activists, students, and journalists, and it's a chilling reminder of how, in the name of national security, the fundamental idea of innocent until proven guilty can be thrown out the window, creating a legal black hole that's nearly impossible to escape. So there you have it, 7 laws that pull back the curtain on the hidden dangers in India's massive legal system. From a thoughtless share on social media to a political opinion, literally just an opinion, the line between being a regular citizen and a criminal can be scarily thin. The point of this video isn't to freak you out, but to make you aware. Knowing this stuff is the first step to protecting yourself. Many of these laws are being challenged, debated, and hopefully one day they'll be changed to better fit the values of a modern democracy. Until then, stay informed, stay cautious, and stay safe. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the topics that really matter.